Good morning, everyone. This is the 153rd Commencement Exercises of National Teachers College with the theme, Ang Tanglaw sa Gitna ng Panglaw. Let us all rise for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem. This will be followed by the opening prayer to be led by the representative of the graduating class from Bachelor of Science in Hotel Restaurant Management, Eliza Kate Macasil.
Bayang magiliw, pero sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisiin. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong baghaw, may dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kisat ng matawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdiningning, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Luha ng araw ng walhati pagsinta, buhay ng isa piling mo. Aming ligaya ng pagnay mamabi, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Magnificent are the products of your hands, our Savior, Father God. Let us not forget the blessings that await us as we join here today to commemorate another milestone in our lives. A step forward into new locations with new people and new experiences. To our Sintang Paaralan, which has provided us with a safe environment in which to study and a solid foundation upon which to develop as we take this next step into your world. To our teachers, who have loved and cared for us unconditionally, even when we are at our worst. To our families who have supported us all the way to the finish line and remained by our sides through the highs and lows of our journey. We thank you, Lord, for the friends and classmates we have made along the way, for all the laughs we've shared, the challenges and tears we've experienced side by side, and for your love, which has been obvious in the connection we will take with us beyond these walls. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.
Please welcome our Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Edison A. Fermin, to introduce our guest of honor.
Our commencement speaker is one of very few exemplary teachers who understand that to give up life's simplest luxuries, to give light to a community where there is scarcity of resources such as food, water, electricity, and other basic items can bring so much personal joy and meaning. When I had the fortunate circumstance of selecting him from a pool of finalists for the Bato Balani's search for the many faces of the Filipino teacher, I was struck by his interview during which he said, and I quote, "Teaching indigenous children is my way of strengthening my own roots and identity so I can help them better in bearing more fruit." End of quote. He firmly believes that his sense of mission is anchored on his faith-driven orientation of reaching the unreached. Few years after training as a teacher education major at the Bukidnon State University, he received an invitation to supervise the extension school of Kalanganan Elementary School, where he worked as a regular teacher. At the time, the extension school was run by the 1000 Mission Movement and the Socio-Economic Uplift, Literacy, Anthropological, and Developmental Services, or SULAD. As a supervisor, he was tasked to visit the school once a week. But to reach this place is such a challenge. It was necessary for one to cross 13 rivers and walk for almost 7 kilometers. For over a year, this was our speaker's daily travel plan. But in 2016, the Department of Education finally absorbed the community based school, which enabled our speaker to study the offer to become its first full time teacher. This would mean staying in the community and giving up his comfortable mainland life. But when he saw the beauty of what he has started at Kayupianan Te Balugo, he understood there are bigger things that he could do. Being the teacher of 105 students from kindergarten up to sixth grade was not an easy task, considering that he also had to juggle paperwork and teaching while struggling with communication barriers and cultural differences. After a few months, he realized that children were not learning well because of a more essential problem. He found out that the perennial absenteeism among students was due to hunger. To resolve this, he encouraged the people of the community to establish a regular feeding program, which they called Balugo Pagkaon Sakto. Gaining the support of both non-governmental organizations and the local government unit, the program ultimately brought the community together, with people taking turns in cooking the dishes for the students and selling vegetables for extra income. Eventually, they also learned how to plant their own food. Right before him was a proof that the Filipino spirit of bayanihan will always shine through. And when the children and their parents were certain that they were receiving proper nutrition, meaningful learning started to emerge. Our speaker, in so many ways, reminds us that in our little ways, we ignite the fire that can enlighten others in finding a sense of purpose and happiness. In the eyes of his learners, their teacher is teaching them that their cultural identity is an asset. And if they only persevere, they can transform the lives of their families and their communities. In the minds of policymakers and education researchers who have come to know about his story, he has become a powerful reminder of the innate greatness that every Filipino has. And in the hearts of the parents, guardians, and community leaders he continues to work with, their fellow guide is rallying behind them towards sustainable development and empowerment. No wonder he has been chosen as one of the finalists of this year's search for the Metrobank Most Outstanding Filipinos Award. Today, before our eyes, soon in our minds and in our hearts, we shall learn from the story of our commencement speaker, Mr. Junmer Pretesio Horta.
Mr. Alfredo I. Ayala, College President and Chair of the Board, members of the Board of Trustees, Ms. Pamela Q. Wu, Executive Vice President, Dr. Edison Fermin, Vice President for Academic Affairs, members of the Academic Council, teachers, parents, staff, and candidates for graduation, a pleasant morning. My warmest congratulations to the graduates of National Teachers College Batch 2021. I share with you the excitement that you feel today. A graduation ceremony is not just a mere celebration, but a joyful occasion for Thanksgiving. I too rejoice with you, dear graduates, for today you have successfully completed your rigorous years for tertiary education. Your efforts have paid off, and now you're ready to take on challenges for your chosen career. Though I am as heartbroken as you are that your final years at National Teachers College and multiple opportunities to celebrate your crowning achievements are being impacted by this global crisis. COVID-19 pandemic has not only been a major health crisis, but an educational one as well. The pandemic has created the largest disruption of education systems in human history, affecting nearly 1.6 billion learners in more than 200 countries. Closures of schools, institutions, and other learning spaces have impacted more than 94% of the world's student population. With these darkest moments in our lives, where can we find hope? Who will give us light? Your theme, Ang Tanglaw sa Gitna ng Panglaw, is so timely in our educational scenario today. Kailangan nating may tanong sa ating sarili, paano ba tayo magiging tanglaw sa gitna ng panglaw? I would like to use this opportunity to share with you the pattern I am into as a public servant. And I want you to remember the word joy. Sa panahon ngayon, what we experience is mostly grief. Pagluluksa sa mga mahal sa buhay na nawala, pagluluksa sa mga bagay na hindi natin nagawa, pagluluksa sa mga kaibigan na hindi natin nakasama. But how can we turn grief to joy? The real joy is service. Service for Jesus, for others, and for yourself. And I am very much humbled to tell you that I received several awards and recognition because I follow the simple pattern. Let me start with letter J, Jesus. My first few months in Cooperan, Tubalogo, a last mile school, was like a baptism of fire. I hold a class from kindergarten to grade 6 with 104 IP learners alone. Added to the difficulty are the administrative works that I have to do. Recalling those times makes me glorify God for the gift of strength that He has given me. Yung tipong ang hirap ng ginagawa mo sa pagtuturo along with other responsibilities, pero yung strength na ibinibigay sa Panginoon is always enough for the day. Despite my busy schedules, I do have daily devotion, praying, and reading God's Word. We even have worship with the learners along with other parents in the community. Matthew 6:33 says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you." How did your faith in Jesus help you through these hard times? Second letter O, for others. Mother Teresa said, "A life not lived for others is not life at all." When I was a child, I used to go with other young people in our church, going to different mission schools and churches in the indigenous community in San Fernando, crossing rivers and climbing mountains, teaching the indigenous children songs and sharing Bible stories, evangelizing, and giving relief goods. It is through this that my love for teaching grew. With that experience, I have seen the significant role of a teacher, and I have understood how difficult it is to become one. I choose to become a teacher because I have the heart for this vocation. Year 2015, I was asked by my school principal to supervise our extension school, which was formerly run by the 1000 Missionary and the SULADS, or the Socioeconomic Uplift Literacy Anthropological Development. Without hesitation, I accepted the challenge. I visited the school once a week, every Thursday, to help the teachers manage their students and to supervise the learning needs of the IPs. My visit to the school was exciting yet risky. I remembered walking in a muddy road in difficult terrain, crisscrossing 17 river systems alone for not less than 2 hours just to be in school. With additional work assigned to me, I never felt the burden of going back and forth to and from the city school. On the contrary, I felt the joy serving the indigenous pupils. A year later, our new principal asked me to stay in the city school for the entire school year. The assignment scared me, so I had to weigh all the possibilities and consider what may happen to me if I decide to accept it. Eventually, I bravely took it as an opportunity to help educate the indigenous community. A realization of becoming a missionary teacher. Handling an IP school was not easy. I was discouraged and alienated. There was miscommunication because of language barrier. I was homesick during my first week in the last mile school. I got sick after holding a class from kindergarten to grade 6 alone. I didn't want to regret my decision to teach in such a remote location, but the pressure, commitments, and responsibilities had sapped all my power. Honestly, after a few months stay in the last mile school, I wanted to go back to Calagangan Central School, where I only teaches a single grade with 45 learners. I started losing interest in becoming a missionary teacher. I sought advice from other people about the crucial decision I needed to make. And I asked myself, can I still manage to stay there longer without electricity and sanitary facilities? To walk in a difficult terrain filled with snakes and crisscrossing bodies of river, and where encounters between NPA and AFP may happen. Seriously, I wanted to quit because of these realities, but I was awakened and reminded that I have been praying hard to God to become a missionary teacher. And truly, this was His answer to my prayers. I am now confident to do the special work that God gave me. And I have no worries, for I know that God will send angel to watch over me. Months later, after deciding to stay in the city school, I have seen the reality that most of my pupils go to school with empty stomachs. This urged me to establish a feeding program called Balogo Pagkaon Sakto, a hunger-free lunch program done every day, which encouraged pupils to attend school, get their nourishment, and learn. Naniniwala po ako na kahit anong galing ni teacher sa pagtuturo, kung gutom ang mga estudyante, hindi sila matututo. For 5 years now, the program has helped me encourage more pupils to enroll and curb absenteeism and dropout. The program has gained the support of non-governmental organizations like Hapag-asa Foundation, as well as the local government unit and the Municipal Department of Agriculture, along with other internal and external stakeholders. The program and activities of the school went well with the collaboration of the teachers, the pupils, and the community members, and in partnership with the external stakeholders until COVID-19 struck. Since under-resourcing environment ang paaralan ko, no access to radio and TV-based instruction, no gadget, no signal and internet connection, kailangan kong makipagsapalaran. Kung iyan ay gera, kung iyan ay gutom, kung iyan ay COVID-19, kailangan kong makita ang mga mag-aaral ko kasi baka ako na lang ang natitirang patunay nila na there is hope at the end of the tunnel. In Copinan to Balogo, most of my pupils cannot study independently at home. Several concerns from the IP parents were mutual. They cannot facilitate the learning of their children. With this sad reality, I regularly took home visitations to my learners to guide them in their self-learning modules. I also provided reading activities, especially for learners who had difficulty in reading and comprehending. I strongly believe that no matter how difficult it is to shift to the unusual way of teaching, we can somehow turn the new normal way of instruction to a better normal. We just need to wear a different pair of eyes in looking our problems. Then we can see that the best solution is to actually maximize whatever we have and make ourselves an instrument for everyone else to succeed. I personally want to become an instrument na magtatawiran ang mga IP learners ko Kumbaga, they will step on me para makalabas sila from wherever they are and reach out for their dreams to be an inspiration to their fellow IPs to do the same. Bakit ko ito ginagawa? Dahil ito ang nagbibigay kaligayahan sa loob ko. My happiness is to see myself as an instrument to actually change the lives of my learners. Last letter, Y, for yourself. Dahil inuuna ko yung iba, I am happy that I am single now. Mabuhay. I am pursuing my graduate study to improve my career and myself. And because I was consistent with the pattern that I have done, I was recognized as one of the best teachers in the Philippines. Yet, on the top of all these awards that I received, the plaque, the trophies, certificates, and cash, the most precious is the inner joy that is so fulfilling. Baka kaya huli ang titik ay sa salitang bayani dahil bayan muna bago ang sarili. Graduates, always remember the lessons that you have learned in your alma mater. Bear in mind the value of education, for this will be your winning ticket to the fast-paced world of competitiveness. Start your dreams with passion in every endeavor that you pursue. Opportunities in the future await those who aspire and those who are bold enough to accept the challenges. Make your alma mater, National Teachers College, be proud of you by making a good name after your graduation. In conclusion, applying the joy pattern is very effective in my life. First is Jesus, next is others, and last is yourself. The order is clear and cannot be interchanged. Basically, to have Jesus, the source of light, you will be able to share light and hope wherever you may be at maging tanglaw sa gitna ng panglaw. To close, allow me to share with you a quote from Ellen G. White. We have been called by God to be a light and source of hope to our fellow men. This is an essential part of what it means to be a witness to the loving and saving God whom we serve. We must do all that we can in the Lord's strength to be a beacon of light and hope to those in need. Congratulations and mabuhay po tayong lahat.
We call on our registrar, Dr. Agnes L. Sunga, for the presentation of candidates for graduation, accompanied by the Dean of the School of Business, Dr. Daisy H. Estrada, and the Dean of the School of Teacher Education, Dr. Ferdinand B. Pitagan.
Members of the Board of Trustees and Management of the National Teachers College, led by Mr. Alfredo Antonio I. Ayala, our college president and chairman. I have the honor to present the candidates for graduations of our officially recognized degree programs, which will be read by our deans.
From the School of Business, Bachelor of Science in Accountancy, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Marketing Management, Bachelor of Science in Hotel and Restaurant Management, Bachelor of Science in Office Administration, Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management, Certificate in Hotel and Restaurant Services.
From the School of Arts, Sciences, and Technology, Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, Bachelor of Library and Information Science, Bachelor of Science in Psychology.
From the School of Teacher Education, Doctor of Education, Master of Arts in Education, Master of Arts in Counseling, Bachelor of Early Childhood Education, Bachelor of Elementary Education, Bachelor of Physical Education, Bachelor of Secondary Education, Bachelor of Special Needs Education, Bachelor of Technical and Livelihood Education, Certificate in Professional Teaching.
Mr. President, I hereby certify as College Registrar that our candidates for graduation have satisfactorily completed all the requirements of the respective degree programs. Upon the recommendation of our esteemed deans and upon the validation of our Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Edison A. Fermin, Mr. President, we now request the official conferment of the degrees and all the rights and privileges they are entitled to as graduates.
By the authority vested in me by the Republic of the Philippines, as President and Chairman of the Board of the National Teachers College, I accept you as graduates of our institution on the basis of the certification of the Registrar, Deans, and Vice President for Academic Affairs that you have completed all the requirements prescribed by the Commission on Higher Education. I hereby confer your respective degrees and all the rights and privileges you are entitled to as graduates. Congratulations.
We now call on the program heads of each school to read the names of the graduates.
We congratulate the following graduates of the degree Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, School of Arts, Sciences, and Technology. Alvarez, John Michael L. Balagtas, Matthew D. Caudilla, Ralph Vincent L. Chanchico, Edward Ken P. Constantino, Alexandru O. Cordero, Marilu T. Cotin, Venancio M. De la Cruz, Shenar J. Dionisio, Zachary Godfrey D. Doctolero, Calvin Clyde C. Domingo, Kevin Rai S. Drueco, John Israel M. Esguerra, Dancel B. Ilaw, Matthias David G. Junio, Ricamay O. Luciano, Archibald Jr. H. Mabingnay, Julia L. Mabutas, Kerwin John R. Marcelo, David C. Nival, Karil Ann P. Nopal, Carl Stephen I. Nopal, Jeneline I. Obedoza, Catherine Joy C. Ocampo, Balp C. Pasage, Emil C. Peña, Mark Ivan A. Prudente, Neil John P. Reyes, Eugene G. Sabile, Shaina May F. Sakuan, Debelin D. Season, Charlotte C. Soliano, Jonathan D. C. Soriaga, Jeus P. Tiburcio, Farrellyn May C. Vaisocias, Dens Aaron L. We congratulate the following graduates in the degree Bachelor in Library and Information Science, School of Arts, Sciences, and Technology. Absalon, Brandon Julian. Lumbres, Maria Crisel A. Maduro, Elaine P. Modesto, Riza Lynn Z. Orga, Maria Sheena T. We congratulate the following graduates in the degree Bachelor of Science in Psychology, School of Arts, Sciences, and Technology. Ang Espina, Charlene. Bacani, Mary Ann G. Balyeza, Rosalie A. Banayat, Ruth Ann C. BSP Academic Excellence Award, BSP Program Excellence Award, cum laude. Baximen, Billy M. Benter, Caitlin C. Bona, Sharon Faye S. Chico, Joselito S. De Lima, Philip Ben-Hur R. Cum laude. Edanio, Paula Ann B. Francisco, Cheremon T. Gregorio, Hannah D. Guivo, Michael C. Gutierrez, Laika May V. Gutierrez, Nika V. Hernandez, Trisha Faye S. Maroliano, Richard N. Palaganas, Jan Minelli O. Pasage, Michelle R. Roque, Robert Rich Jonas S. Salazar, Maria Clariza M. Tabasa, Bruce Reniel K. Santiago, Denise Micaela P. Cum laude. Cese, Ronaldo Jr. P. Sumande, Josephine Pauline. Tres Reyes, Joanna Erica J. Valeras, Elijah Jan L. Villar, Geraldine.
Graduates with the degree Bachelor of Science in Accountancy. Alamares John Michael A. Bongaros Navila R. Buenaventura Hanaj May, BSA Program Excellence Award, BSA Academic Excellence Award, cum laude. Josepe Andrew Rayu B. Elipan Kizel Beisa E. Luby Jenica Ashley G. Medina Janelle K. A. Moron Marichu C. Kitain Kyra B. Cum laude. Tugono Monica Ihane M. Valdesco Rogelio II B.
We congratulate the graduates of the degree Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. Aguirre, Justin M. Alvarez, Ken Russell C. A. BSBA Program Excellence Award, BSBA Academic Excellence Award, cum laude. Kamba, Cherry May G. Castillo, Ida Marie C. Castillo, Michael Vince D. Cerilia, Kenneth Albert A. Coronel, Claudine Marie I. Cortez, Katrina B. Curato, Mary Jane. Galenzoga, Jessica J. Ganado, Ray John J. Jeronimo, Charlene O. Hermoso, Mark Vincent M. Landiza, Maylene T. Mabayad, Christian Paul C. Magbuo, Maricris E. Maglalang, David Lorenzo C. Maligmat, Michelle D. Marqueses Minami R. Matemático Ira B. Membalawag Ejara S. Mendez Josephine Joyce C. Mendoza Verhel P. Minerva Maria Elizabeth P. Obar Rosel S. Painaga Rochelle M. Piñano Romel C. Ponseca Krisha B. Ratai Judy Ann O. Regala Val Devin G. Reyes Mark Jason M. Romano Jezreel A. Sanico Maria Angelica D. Santiago Angelique S. Soyege Paula K. Z. Soriano Mark Anthony D. Sumang Abigail B. Teves Joy Ann R. Torres Maria Josephine R. Fiado Nico S. Vito Leoncio M. Yap Roel Joshua Y. We congratulate the graduates in the degree Bachelor of Science in Office Administration. Aguilar Angelou Jill S. Cabalida Jorovic C. Sidonio Rosemary P. BSOA Academic Excellence Award, BSOA Program Excellence Award, cum laude. Sanita Rhea P. De Guzman Vincent Ener C. De Parin Jessery R. De los Reyes Joy Aliana Marie M. Fernando Tiffany V. Gayatinya Christine Joy I. Guzman Shira May cum laude. Habalia Frichel P. Nacario Karen A. Rayella Jacqueline Aubrey. Robert Maria Lynn S. Sacro Chamel Wendy I. Timan Clarissa C.
We congratulate the following graduates of the degree Bachelor of Science in Hotel and Restaurant Management, School of Business. Ang Espina, Charmaine. Armas, Via S. Barrientos, Francine Peach C. Basas, Mary Joy M. Cacharo, Ricardo S. Castro, Ira May. De Guzman, John Roy F. De Guzman, Sherwin Ann V. D. Kathleen Rose S. Hitosis, Laura Jane A. Ibay, Jerome D. Ilustrísimo, Regina Carla D. Labay, Grant Charles C. Macasil, Eliza Kate C. Program Excellence Award, BSHRM Academic Excellence Award, Magna Cum Laude. Manlusok, Kobe S. Mendoza, Patricia M. Namid, Micaela Cristina R. Navoa, Jasern J. L. Ortiz, Shinji. Padua, Mary Ann D. Pasamba, Elaine P. Kilo, Carter John D. Rosales, Kelvin T. Cum laude. Saladino, Virginia D. Salamanes, Richard Allen. Sarmiento, Abigail S. Tiama, Girzel S. Tulale, Maloney G. Orera, Rachel D. Vicente, John Mark M. Villamar, Angelica May T. Zaragoza, Anna May R. We congratulate the following graduates of the degree Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management, School of Business. Alegre, Daniel R.D. B. Ayagan, Sheila G. Cabas, Luis Paula B. Kayanan, Reza May C. De la Cruz, Wilbert Jr. A. Diokino, John Maverick A. BSTM Academic Excellence Award, BSTM Program Excellence Award, cum laude. Embile Rogelio Jr. C. Escraman Erico M. Malyari Aina Clarice M. Ong Maureen M. Pangilinan Mylene Richie L. Pelingon Diana Rose N. Poldo Ginaline B. Pote Kimberly Ryson D. Sibulo Christian M. Tadehe Lauren May T. Tadong Lucky Adrian B. Tomines Angelica B. Tuazon Ronette U. Valderrama Lynn S. Victorio Crystalline. Yambot Melvin A. Cum laude.
We congratulate the following graduates of the degree Bachelor in Elementary Education, School of Teacher Education. Albufera Corazon D. Anzano Stephanie C. B.Ed Academic Excellence Award, B.Ed Program Excellence Award, cum laude. Asoro Jennifer O. Baquero Regine S. Calipus Susita C. Castillo Rona P. Katli Carissa F. Kayungkong Kathleen Ann S. Dagoy Julian C. Di Guzman Carlen G. Cum laude. De la Peña Charlene Samantha C. Eclarinal Gian S. Cum laude. Enciso Angela Z. Felicita Florida G. Frias Jamela I. Garcilian Wendy V. Hernandez Priscilla Carmela S. Igcalinos Tiffany Aves B. Ignacio Mark Brian M. Libreta Karen Joy A. Lumbao Giselle L. Maglake Madeline Joyce G. Malawi City Aina M. Martino Michaelindel G. Morales Arjane A. Odang Donabel G. Paginto Ethel Claire A. Potes Crinsley Lay C. Presincula Moriel R. Rivera Crystal Joy P. Rosales Clarice Beth R. Salvador Jem Luis S. Santos Jean Marjorie P. Segundo John Cluster E. Titong Alexandra U. Tulaylay Dennis Joyce M. Yukogko Daisy G. We congratulate the following graduates of the degree Bachelor in Secondary Education, School of Teacher Education. Abaw Maria Lorena G. Abe Jonabel F. Acosta Daniel Joyce D. Angala Veronica Luis P. Angeles Janeline F. Angeles Jericho S. Anom Lovely Rose I. Abrieta Jenica M. Aceron Ryan Christopher G. Assis Alvin Patrick C. Cum laude. Averila Larissa Rose L. Cum laude. Babaran Rose Marie D. Cum laude. Bangsal Jeremy T. Basco Kent Aldwin L. Bilarmino Lester Art R. Benipayo Edward John M. Bernal Bernadette C. Betty Angela Maris A. Bongalon to Patterson A. Cum laude. Borja Ariel L. Borja Donna May A. Cabral Carla Joy N. Cabrera Jofel S. Canayon Jana Lorraine M. Carvajal Mark Anthony T. Canilang Rogeline G. Cecilio Jamie Lynn B. Cells Nikamay C. Cervera Bernice Roy B. Corpus Dominic AJ N. Coral Nelia H. Cum laude. Cruz Joyus Rolalia V. Cum laude. Cruz Diana C. Cruz Kindilin R. Cruz Mabel O. Dabuit John Cyrid O. De la Cruz ADL Genesis Ray G. Domingo Jesserine P. Enoch Laura Marie A. Enriquez Jordan Francisco Nicole Raya P. Fuentes Lisa S. Fulgar Catherine S. Gabriel May Elaine F. Gloria Annalisa O. Gosilatar Jomar J. Gio Jomar S. Cum laude. Hernandez Giselle C. Ilagan Rochelle F. Cao Bianca Luis D. Lomboy Novelin C. Lucinario Claribel A. Mabutas Claire R. Cum laude. Macha Julian D. Maninding Alfonso Jr. C. Manjares Ginalen G. Maputi Joanna Chris P. Moreno Maria Erciliu. Mortel Marjolin C. Morala Jetsi G. Cum laude. Nakua Ezekiel P. Namunkale Joyce Ann A. Navarro Sylvester John B. BSED Program Excellence Award. BSED Psych Academic Excellence Award, magna cum laude. Negrite Joanna Marie D. Pabustan Sheila Marie R. Padsing Naden G. Pandes Joyce Jr. R. Parado Jean B. Pascual Pinky P. Ponyo Joanne D. Cum laude. Puli Risabel P. Ramos Cristina L. Ramos Marvilinet. Rias Erneo Cum laude. Ritual Ceniza. Sajol Stephanie A. Salazar John Albert P. Seva John Francis C. Sherte Bernadette B. Sinilong Ron Ray Kim P. Tamayo Divine Jonabel J. Tipunes Carlo J. Valdez Eileen P. Very Genesis D. Villaflor Albert V. Villahermosa Melojane U. Villamater Denise D. We congratulate the following graduates of the degree Master of Arts in Counseling and Master of Arts in Education, School of Teacher Education. Master of Arts in Counseling, Manalo Elena G. Ordoña Fe A. Amores Mequisa V. Master of Arts in Education, Abrea Lorely B. Alvarado Carl Christopher P. Anteg May Angeli L. Apostol Erwin A. Aranas Maria Felisa M. Asis Elsie U. Behar Shilamay F. Bulenadi Joy S. Campo Dina P. Capitle Maribel L. Celones Maricris R. De Paz Evangeline P. Dedicatoria Uni F. Del Mundo Daryl C. En Cabo Rachel Ann L. Endino Amila E. Escaro Cecil D. Fadrequila Geraldine P. Flores Mary Paulette S. Fulgencio Glowan F. Gabriel Maricel D. Herona Joshua Elijah P. Ilustrísimo Mary Eleanor C. Jandokile Lawrence Rose C. La Crua Christine B. Lucas Daisy Marie A. Madrona Romeo M. Jr. Maglayuan Lisa A. Mistades Kathleen B. Pangilinan Arnold. Pulikit Leia Marie A. Prado Adelpha E. Revedizo Jerome J. Sankey Winnie Irish P. Shason Jenny Chris R. Sibunga Maria Rowena M. Soberano Maribeth D. Sunglao Javin P. Tadifa J.R. Cesar C. Vitales Carmela A. We congratulate the following graduates of the degree Doctor of Education, School of Teacher Education. Abinohar Minard B. Loyalty Award. Cantiliang Leo L. Duterte Louis C. Gozo Marie Jane G. Sapad Ronnie P. Tenoso Eric G. Serrano Alvin S. Loyalty Award. Villaroya Janet G.
Please welcome our Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Edison A. Fermin, to introduce the Gawad Haraya.
In 2019, National Teachers College introduced Gawad Haraya as the highest institutional award conferred to a candidate for graduation at the undergraduate level. There are two known languages that use Haraya in their lexicons. In Swahili, Haraya means pride, dignity, and freedom. In Tagalog, it means vision and imagination. NTC believes that the term Haraya best fits the name of the highest institutional award that distinguishes the kind of pursuit that its students bear. May pangarap, may dangal, at may kalayaang piliing maging mabuti ang pamumuhay. The award is conferred to the student who has demonstrated unswerving pursuit of a personal vision of enabling pride despite and in spite of life's difficulties. A consistent valuing of empowering dignity as a person and citizen, and a noteworthy regard for equalizing freedom to aspire for and to achieve excellence, not only for oneself, but also for others. The awardee should belong to the roster of honored candidates of graduation, must have satisfied the residency requirement, must have received the highest percentage of votes as a model student from the members of the graduating class, and has a track record of leadership and community involvement. A search committee who will be administering an essay and an interview will be formed for the purpose of selecting the awardee. I shall now call on the names of the finalists who will receive a certificate of recognition. Meanwhile, the winner will receive a special medallion from National Teachers College. Our finalists for Gawad Haraya for the class of 2021. Stephanie C. Anzano, Bachelor of Elementary Education. Ruth Ann C. Banayat, Bachelor of Science in Psychology. Marlene A. Bernal, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Marketing Management. Anaj May Buenaventura, Bachelor of Science in Accountancy. Rosemarie P. Sedonio, Bachelor of Science in Office Administration. John Maverick A. Joquino, Bachelor of Science in Tourism. Eliza Kate C. Macasil, Bachelor of Science in Hotel and Restaurant Management. And Sylvester John B. Navarro, Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Physical Science. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the recipient of Gawad Haraya for the class of 2021. Ruth Ann C. Banayat, Bachelor of Science in Psychology.
Mr. Alfredo Antonio I. Ayala, College President and Chair of the Board, members of the Board of Trustees, Ms. Pamela Q. Wu, Executive Vice President, Dr. Edison Fermin, Vice President for Academic Affairs, Member of Academic Council, especially Ms. Vanessa Mangunay, my very approachable, understanding, and cheerful program head, teachers, parents, staff, and my fellow graduates, congratulations to all of us. I know that all of us are expecting to have this one-in-a-lifetime moment take place at PICC done virtually. But the threat of COVID-19 is still uncertain. It is in our best interest to celebrate it this way and be grateful that we're still alive, safe, and healthy. As this year's recipient of Gawad Haraya, I am deeply honored, and I believe this is our collective award because we were able to overcome all the challenges together. Exactly 3.5 years ago, I became an NTCian. I had a great time as a psychology major. My first impression of Tanglao was it was very welcoming, and it has remained the same up until this day. NTC is an institution where students are nurtured and honed to their full potential. It has allowed each of us to create our own stories of personal growth and transformation. To those who know me, you know I am the quiet type. I rarely share my personal story with anyone. I've waited 11 years for this day to happen. You might ask, what happened? Why 11 years? I am sure many here can relate to my story. I came from an average household. We just had enough to survive. My mom, she is an authoritarian. She never wanted us to be dependent on her when it comes to financial matters. She doesn't want to give us extra, especially in school. I don't despise her for doing that. Instead, I understand her for being so strict with money. So I decided that time I am going to support myself no matter what. To have an extra allowance back in high school, I work as a sales lady in a small grocery. Unfortunately, my dream of going to college was put to a halt. It was heartbreaking, and then I realized I can change it. I work as a factory worker to save money for my tuition fee in college, but my salary was too low. And I remember again that I'm going to support myself no matter what. And the BPO industry that time was booming. One time, I was strolling in the mall when a man approached me and asked if I would like to apply in their company. Well, in my head, I am only a high school graduate, and I have no experience working in a call center. I asked myself, am I qualified for this job? Then I remembered my dream to continue my studies. My mom, her face pops up in my mind. And yeah, she would say, go ahead. Without much support, I become resilient. I have learned to adapt and persevere, become more determined to move closer to my goal. I say to myself, never think you are not qualified, not fit, or have no experience enough. For all the trials I have gone through getting into college, I have grown and developed much. I am also a product of a broken family. My mom took me and my sister with her, and she remarried. I have 3 half brothers and a sister. I envy my siblings because they get lots of attention and love of from my mom. I took courage to ask my mom why she only gives so much love to them. Well, she answered me, wala kasi kayong tatay. At sinundan pa niya, kaya dapat magsikap kayong mabuti. I get mad. Sino pang hindi? Because I love my mom so much. I tried to understand and said to myself, I will do my best in everything. Kahit anong pagsubok pa yan, kakayanin ko. Bata pa lang ako, isinuko ko na ang buhay ko kay God. Isa sa mga traumatic experience in my life was when I graduated in elementary. Nasa top ako at sasabitan ng medalya. Pero hindi dumating ang mama. Even she told me, bakit pagkakaperahan ba yan? Di naman yan importante. Nanay ng kaklase ko yung umakyat para magsabit ng medal ko. Hindi si mama. I am happy and crying the whole time without my mom knowing that I am sad. I just wanted to share something. I think it was funny, but for me, it helped me get through all my struggles. I called God my papa. Whenever I feel so down and losing hope about my purpose in life, I talk to him and ask for guidance in everything. The decisions that I have to make, and to keep my loved ones safe and healthy. Well, this speech will take forever if I'm going to share my whole life with you. My journey has been a roller coaster. 2006, after I graduated from high school, I already know going to college was impossible. It was also the time when my sister, my biological sister, was bullied in school. Her classmates called her walang tatay. Doon nagsimula, nagtanong ang kapatid ko kung nasaan ang tatay namin. And dahil din doon, sa pagtatanong niya, nakilala namin ang papa namin. 16 na ako at 40 naman yung kapatid ko nung makilala namin ang papa. For the first time, masasabi ko na may tatay kami. I was given 9 years with my dad, pero may sakit na pala siya. He had his first heart attack in 2012 at kinailangan niya ng bypass. I was able to secure a job as a call center agent and got to enroll in college. I was so busy in school and work that I had no time to visit him. My dad's operation was successful and spent another 3 years with us. But January 2015, my sister called me. Ate, inatake ulit si Papa. Maybe you're wondering, sino ang nagbabayad sa operation at gastos ng dad ko? May first family ang Papa bago kami. Ang relationship namin sa mga kapatid namin kay Papa ay okay naman. Tapos sabi ng doktor, kailangan siyang operahan, but there's no guarantee that my dad will survive. So wala na naman ako doon. I asked myself, bakit di ako makapunta? Di ko na malayan na nagtatampo na pala ako sa kanya. I was just hiding my feelings all along. I never dared to process what I was afraid of. After a few days, I received a call from my sister. Ate, wala na si Papa. I'm already too late to decide. I hesitate to visit him for the last time and say, I forgive you, Pa. Nabigla ang mama, syempre. Nalaman niya na wala na ang Papa. Kahit na their relationship didn't end well, she was devastated. And at this point, mas dumami pa ang pagsubok. Nag-aaral sa umaga at nagtatrabaho sa gabi. Napagod ako, huminto ako. I questioned my purpose in life. And even God, bakit puro na lang pangit na pangyari yung binibigay mo? Palipat-lipat ako ng company sa call center. Di na ako tumatagal ng 1 taon. Anong kulang? I was so overwhelmed with failure and struggle in life that I also buried my dreams, and that is to continue my studies. I failed to acknowledge that I am a human being na may emotions. We sometimes got so immersed with all the negative aspects of our life, which sense of stagnation takes over. We lose the ability to focus, and that result to absence of well-being. What I learned about the pandemic is don't lose your determination. You may say you're resilient, but you are not moving from the dark place you're in. It doesn't get you anywhere. Determination will keep you on track, lead you to the path where you wanted to be. That's why I'm here. Everything that you have gone through was not because of someone, but because you choose to stay. Remember, good or bad, the circumstances is there to help you grow and develop. All laid by God Almighty, walk beside Him, and He will surely lead you to the best path to success. To all my fellow graduates, don't be disheartened, demoralized, or be depressed when things seem difficult in your life. Take it with much hope and determination. Obstacles and failure are part of the process. We must take courage to let them in. Well, we must take courage, not letting this dim our lights. I hope to see all of you during our alumni homecoming very soon. And hopefully, if we bump to each other as a member of workforce or as a private citizen, when the new normal begins, I hope we share with much excitement how we have been and how we wish to continue our journeys. Once again, congratulations at mabuhay ang tanglaw sa kabila at sa gitna ng panglaw.
We request all graduates to rise. The solemn pledge and oath-taking of graduates will now be facilitated by Dr. Renee Rose G. Hineta, President of the NTC Alumni Association.
By the virtue of your graduation from the National Teachers College today, you are now legitimate and bona fide members of the National Teachers College Alumni Association and should become active members of the association. Remember that in all you do, you carry the name of your alma mater and the philosophy on which it is anchored. As the overall president of the National Teachers College Alumni Association, I enjoin everyone to extol the values of individual responsibility and professional competence, very important virtues that will lead you to success and to the good life. May I request all the candidates for graduation to please rise and raise your right hand for the solemn promise. Listen and repeat after me, saying every word and your name clearly. I state your name. Do solemnly swear to be loyal to my alma mater, to adhere to the precepts of its constitutions and bylaws of the NTC Alumni Association, uphold the ideals of excellence, commitment, respect, and dedication in the service of the fellow men, my family, my institution, and my nation, voluntarily, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you to our graduates, school officials, and members of the Graduation Steering Committee. We have come to the end of our virtual commencement exercises. Congratulations, our dear graduates! As a fitting reminder of our commitment to continue nurturing the culture of achievement in our campus, we shall now sing with pride the NTC hymn.